All right, we need to talk about one of the biggest changes to the personal computer, well, in a generation. This is the moment your operating system literally became an AI. And I'm not talking about some new feature. This is a fundamental reinvention called Copilot. And trust me, it changes everything.
Okay, so when Microsoft drops a phrase like profound architectural transformation, they are not kidding around. The real key here is that phrase prompt-centric. We are moving away from a world of clicking on icons and digging through menus. The whole idea is to build an OS where you just tell it what you want. You use plain English, and the AI figures out the rest.
But here's the real kicker. This isn't something you can choose to install. The October 2024 mandatory security update? Yeah, that pushed Copilot out to every single Windows 11 machine, and it was enabled by default. So this isn't some tool you can just decide to ignore. It's the brand new foundation for the entire Windows experience.
So what does this actually mean for you day to day? Well, the first thing we have to wrap our heads around is that Windows itself is now being framed as an AI. Copilot isn't just another app you run in Windows. It's becoming the central nervous system of Windows. It's designed to be the main way you interact with your computer from now on.
So how does this all work? Well, to really get what Copilot is, you have to know that it's not just one thing. Microsoft has actually built this whole three-tiered ecosystem, and each level is totally different based on the data it uses, its security model, and even the hardware it needs to run.
Okay, so at the very bottom, you have the standard Copilot. This is the free one that pretty much everyone is going to see first. It's all based in the cloud, and it gets its information from Bing and, the rest of the internet. Now, this is important. Unless you specifically go in and opt out, your conversations with it can be used to help train their AI models. Now, the next step up is built for business. It's called M365 Copilot Chat. And the massive difference here is two words: enterprise data protection. It's mandatory. So unlike that free version, your company's private data, your emails, your documents, your team chats, none of that is ever used for training. The AI is literally built to respect your company's existing security permissions, which means it can't see or share anything you shouldn't already have access to.
And finally, we get to the top tier. And this one is different. It's not about buying a software license. It's about buying the machine itself. A Copilot PC is a whole new class of computer that has a special AI chip inside called a neural processing unit, or an NPU. This means that the most powerful and the most private AI features are physically baked into the hardware, and you can only get them on these specific new machines. This table right here, this is what makes it all click. Just look at that top row, primary data context. The choice is so clear. Do you want an AI that knows the public internet, one that knows your private company data, or one that knows your personal activity right there on your own device? Then check out Enterprise Security. It's a hard no for the free version, but is guaranteed for the other two. See? This is way more than just a feature list. It's a fundamental split in how your data is being handled.
Okay, let's zoom in on that top tier for a second. What exactly makes a Copilot PC so special, and why is Microsoft even creating a whole separate category of hardware? Well, it all boils down to one thing: on-device processing power.
You're going to see this number everywhere, 40+ TOPS. TOPS stands for trillion operations per second, and it's basically a measure of the raw horsepower of that neural processing unit. Having that much dedicated AI muscle means you can run these incredibly complex AI models directly on your laptop super efficiently without ever having to send your personal data to the cloud. And all that power unlocks features that are just flat out impossible on regular computers. The big headliner is Recall, which basically creates a searchable photographic memory of everything you've ever seen or done on your PC, and because of that NPU, it all happens locally. That super sensitive data never leaves your machine. Same goes for doing things like near-instant AI image creation, or even translating audio offline. It's all powered by the chip right inside your computer, which makes it way faster and, fundamentally, way more private. So with this incredibly powerful tool just showing up on millions of computers automatically, the next question, especially if you're running a business, is pretty obvious. How in the world do we manage this thing? How do you take back control? Okay, this is so important to understand. There is a massive difference between what a regular user can control and what an administrator can control. As a user, sure, you can go into your settings and you can hide the Copilot icon from the taskbar, but that's just cosmetic. It's like turning off a light switch. The electricity is still flowing. The Copilot service is still running in the background. For an admin to truly shut it down, they have to use something like group policy to completely prevent the service from even starting. It's a critical distinction for anyone in a managed IT environment.
All right, so finally, let's look ahead. Where is all of this going? Copilot today is mostly an assistant, right? It finds stuff for you, it gives you suggestions. But if you look at Microsoft's roadmap, it's crystal clear that the end goal here is a proactive agent that actually takes action on its own.
This timeline really maps out the whole journey. Right now we're in what they call the guidance model. Copilot is like a helpful navigator. It shows you where to click. But pretty soon we're going to enter the execution model. Now it's a chauffeur, asking for permission to actually take the wheel and change settings for you. And the final destination? That's full agency, an autonomous agent that can handle complex, multi-step tasks across a bunch of different apps, all by itself. And that really brings us to the big fundamental question, doesn't it? This shift from a passive tool we command to a proactive agent that takes initiative. That changes everything. We are moving from a world where we manage apps and files to a new world where we're going to have to manage an autonomous agent living inside our computers. It's a massive change, and it's not science fiction. It's already started.